भिस्ती का काम करते हैं। भिस्ती का काम ये घर घर पानी ले आके देते हैं, पीने का पानी।
The word Bhisti probably oriented from the Persian word Bisht, meaning paradise. Western and Central images of paradise are incomplete without the depiction of rivers and gardens. Perhaps for those without the supply of piped water, the Bhisti seem to be a messenger from the paradise. During the British rule, the Bhistis were known for the loyalty and efficiency and have been made immortal in the rude word Kipling's poem Gangadin. In this poem, Kipling valued the noble quality of Gangadin. He portrays Gangadin as a heroic character who is not afraid to face the danger on the battlefield. He points out the essential injustice by contrasting them with the heroic and selfless Dean. Kipling described that Gangadin cares enough for his fellow men to die for them. The Bhisti saves the soldier's life but is soon shot and killed. In the view of Kipling, in the end, other factors are not important in determining the essential worth of a man. Courage and selflessness determine who is the better man in Kipling's world.
नाम उस्मान है। हम भिस्ती का काम करते हैं। भिस्ती का काम ये घर घर पानी ले आके देते हैं, पीने का पानी। एक हम करीब समझे 73 से कर रहे हैं।
Today, a handful of Bhisti operates in few pockets of Calcutta. The Bow Barrack in the Bow Bazar areas of central Kolkata is one of the areas where Bhistis are still seen with their mushak goatskin bags. Bhistis were once Calcutta Municipal Corporation employees, but soon they lost their prime position as a supplier of water after carriages bearing water were introduced. But thanks to the CMC and the ancient plumbing in many buildings, water did not reach, so Bhisti became indispensable.
में तो हम समझे 10 पैसा मसक पानी भरते थे। 10 पैसा, 15 पैसा, 20 पैसा। अभी अब कोई रेट नहीं है उसका। हाँ, अब जहाँ भी जाते हैं अपने सब आदमी 10 रुपया से उभरे पैसा देता है, अपने से दे देता है। 20 रुपया देता है, कोई 15 रुपया देता है, कोई 10 रुपया देता है। अभी तो ऐसे ही देता है। देखिए काहे लेता है हमसे, जिसका घर में पानी नहीं है, नल नहीं है, सप्लाई नहीं उसका घर तक पहुंचा है, हमसे पानी लेता है वो। जिसका घर में मशीन है, उसका घर में समझे हम जब मशीन खराब हो जाता है तब हम जाकर के पहुंचते हैं, उसका घर में बुलाने आता है। मेरा ये काम है।
Bhisti supply Meetha Pani, that is, water supplied by the Calcutta Municipal Corporation at fixed hours. Many consider the water is best for cooking and bath, and thus the Bhistis are still in demand. In Bow Barrack areas, Bhistis can still be spotted during the morning 6 to 7 am and lately at afternoon 3 to 4 pm walking with their filled mushucks. The mushak that can hold up to 30 liters of water is made up of goat skin and costs about rupees 3,500. It needs to be replaced annually as it develops leakages.
कालीगर बनाता है हम लोग का न्यू मार्केट। वो पहले समय ये खस्सी का चमड़ा है ना, खस्सी का चमड़ा का उसको पानी में पहले ले आके छोड़ता है, केमिकल दे करके उसको तैयारी करता है, समझे। तैयारी कर करके लाने का बाद कालीगर सिलाई करता है, सिलाई करने का बाद तब हम लोग को देता है, हाँ, तब हम लोग उसको मतलब यूज करते हैं, हाँ। एक थैली में हम लोग नया में लाते हैं तो 40 किलो पानी धरता है,
40 लीटर,
हाँ 40 लीटर, हाँ। और अभी जो पुराना हो गया है तो अभी 35 लीटर पानी आता है, 35, 30, 35 ऐसे हम लोग हमेशा यूज करते हैं, हाँ। धुलाई करने का लिए धुलाई उसको हफ्ता में समझे हाथ डाल करके 2 दिन 4 दिन में अगर कोई कचरा उसको जम गया तो हाथ धुला करके सफाई कर लेते हैं, पानी डाल करके।
अच्छा,
पानी डाल के सफाई करके फिर काम करते हैं।
Once the Emperor Humayun was fighting a terrible battle against his enemy, the cunning Afghan chieftain Sher Shah. When Humayun was fighting with his enemy, he got badly hurt and was tossed around helplessly in the surging waters. A Bhisti or water carrier named Nizam saw the emperor's dire plight and decided to save him. The water carrier inflated his water bag and plunged bravely into the river and swam to the emperor and requested him to cling to it so that they could float across the river safely. When both of them reached the other shore, the emperor was so happy with the man's devotion and courage and promised the water carrier to give his throne for one day when he goes back to Agra. The water carrier Nizam was so overwhelmed as he didn't expect any reward. Humayun was very pleased with the loyalty of the water carrier. He kept his promise and Nizam did sit on the throne of the Emperor of India for one day. Globalization is not only affecting the food price and the health of the people, but it is also ripping off the little history of pockets of Kolkata and the rest of the world. Despite toiling hard for almost 10 to 12 hours a day, they earn a partly rupees 250 to 300 and sometimes even less. They get just rupees 10 for supplying 30 liters of water in a mashak. They end up earning around rupees 300 if they are able to make 30 trips in a day. But that's not always possible, as carrying a heavy load of water causes breathlessness and multiple aches in the body. Age also plays a major role here. The Bhistis of Calcutta are losing their position, and soon they will be on history. And all that will remain is a cast of iron sculpture of Mashak hanging from a bamboo stand at the entrance of city center at Salt Lake. Calcutta's next generation, unaware of Bhisti and Mashak, will walk past it and consider it as an abstract modern art.